Okay.
Okay.
Continue, Professor.
Yeah, we live on a living planet. There's a lot of people that think it's flat right now. There's many that think it's hollow, and some people think it's solid. But I believe that the Earth is a living being. This living being is kind of in the shape of an apple. It has a concave pole, both the north and south, and like all living beings, it creates heat in its volcanic activity. It creates oil, as you can see right here. Oil is constantly being replenished into the wells after they're emptied. You'll get methane gas, another characteristic of a living being. Everybody has had gas. You can see here that the cave systems that are all throughout the earth have, if you go into a cave, you can breathe the fresh air, and you say, where does that air come from? I say it comes from the internal lungs of the living earth. Now, you can see here the shape of this thing. The oceans flow into the North Pole, where anything that's in the ocean, the plankton, the fish, are all metabolized in the gut of the living earth, which creates energy. The energy creates growth. The earth has been growing. If you look at the core samples, you'll find that the ocean floors are at most 180 million years old. And the earth that we stand on is 4 billion years old. So there was a time when the earth was much smaller. It was 60% smaller. If you eliminate the oceans, all the continents come together like a puzzle. And that's because the earth is growing. It's a living being, and it's expanding. It creates heat. It has a magnetosphere, which is a protective layer around the earth. This magnetosphere, it responds to outside stimulus like a solar flare or maybe even a meteorite. It's going to respond to things, and that's exactly what a living being does. It has a defense mechanism. This that we live on is a growing, breathing earth. It detoxes through the volcanic activity. That's basically the excrement. It's also causing the oceans, because when something is alive, it perspires, and the perspiration is often like salt water, exactly what we're swimming in right now. The earth is alive.